Okay, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. 5 seconds ago, it was working. Hello and happy Monday, my crafty creatures. Thank you for the sub. It is Monday. It is not a sunny day up here in Maine. But there's no sky drugs, and the 4 inches of snow that were threatened at us did not arrive, and I could not be happier about it. Whew. We are working on divine instinct today. So today's agenda, we're working on divine. We're gonna hit 4% because we are at 3.97. I did a little bit of stitching in the 10 minutes before stream. We're gonna hit 4% on divine instinct today, which is nice for a goal. We're gonna do our drawing for presents for February and March, and I am gonna show you what I have for April's present. Funny enough, I even have it all done and ready to go. It was something that I made that I wasn't sure what I was gonna do with, and it is actually good enough that I would normally sell it, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, I can give this away. So that is what's going on. But I, over the course of the weekend, got accepted into 2 festivals. My goal for the year was only 1, but I signed up for 2 and I got accepted into both. And it leaves me with a conundrum, because I like doing the small little local fairs up here. Ooh, that's not good. It is it's down here. It's gray and misty and yucky, so I would suspect that the roads are bad. I hope he stays safe. So I got accepted into 2 festivals. One's in July. It's called the Weird Fair, or no, the Magical Fair. It is in a series called the Weird Fair. So it's July 12th and 13th. And the other one is in October. Now, obviously, I know I'm gonna get some Halloween-y things. I'm gonna have a couple of Baphomets and whatnot. Okay, there, we're back. So, as I was saying, do I want to try to find like little one-day events? Because, I mean, getting my name out there is still part of what I'm doing. Or do I focus solely on getting stock for these 2-day markets? Because, in all fairness, if I find my market in these, I could very well sell out in these this fair, because I don't have a whole lot of inventory, as it were. I have enough, don't get me wrong, I have enough inventory, but I don't have buckets and buckets of it. I could, but that's currently what I'm kind of sitting and thinking about. I get a 10 by 10 space, and I mean, so it was kind of funny, and I was super pleased on how I was accepted. But I was sitting around on Saturday, cleaning, organizing, undoing yarn knots, cleaning up, like, behind me. I cleaned out, funny enough, underneath the table here. I cleaned out another part, like, as you go out my craft room door, I have a little alcove that doesn't, it's not big enough for too much, but it is big enough for like a closet space. I just need to fix and finish it, as it were. Um, so I was doing that, and I made a whole lot of random space on my floor here, which is important. No, I didn't want to do that. My brain just kept going. Um, Woo, 20 streams. But I'm super pumped. So Saturday I was doing stuff, and I got a notification on my phone from my PayPal saying I had an invoice from so and so. Now, mind you, I hadn't checked my Rock Creature Creations email that day because, let's be honest, it's not always hopping. I'll get a commission here and there, but it's not like my inbox is exploding. So I go and I look, and it's like, hey, so and so sent you an invoice for $320, and I was like, I know I spent money, but did I really spend this much money? So I looked and I made sure it was a legit invoice and whatnot. And when in researching if it was a good invoice, I saw the company that it was attached to, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So then I went and I looked in my inbox some more and saw that I had been accepted. And I was like, oh yeah. So that was a good Saturday. But it also puts out there because it at 160 per 2-day event, which is it's not as much. I can't say that I've never spent that much, because for the Christmas craft fair, it was $190 for a weekend, and I paid for one weekend. My mother-in-law paid for the other. So, on my own, yes, it's the most that I've paid for, but not the most expensive one. So I'm hoping. And Lewiston is also in the southern part of the state, so that there is a chance that there's a chance of much better sales. Mhm. So today's color is well, right now it's 517. We have a little bit of a cluster that we're finishing up here. And then we're moving on to another. All the colors are blue. All the colors are blue today. Am I still connected? Okay, I am. Wait, I did. Mm-hmm. Did my ad break end? Well, I don't know what's going on. It's Monday. It's my Monday. I'll cry if I want to. Okay. So now that I got that all filled, I'm jumping around. Jump around. I've noticed like both the crochet crowd and like the cross, like I guess I guess crochet, embroidery, knitting, they're all considered fine n- needle. I don't want to say needlework because they don't all involve needles. Because crochet has a hook. Um, I don't know why. Like they all seem like snooty old lady hobbies, and they're not. They're great. They're great anxiety workers or inducers, depending on who you are. Um, I tell people if it makes you feel good, awesome. Um, I'm kind of over here half working out like short little TikToks to involve a Nightstone to try to like do like a little advertisement for my business. Um, do that funny little voice modulator. Um, ooh, none of my diseases have tried to kill me yet, but it is still early in the day. So today I plan on stitching till about 11:30, maybe quarter of, depending on progress. But then I'll show off my sea serpent that I'm working on. My latest my latest showstopper, and the more I think about it, I do think that I'm going to, if I have the opportunity, as soon as I see the applications go out, and if it's my weekend off, um, Bangor has a Pride festival with um with like a craft fair vendor kind of thing, and I do think that I am going to sign up for that and make some Pride themed dragons. I do think that today I'm going to set some of my yarn to soak and cleanse in a soda ash bath so that I can do some dye work. Um, I found a glorious piece of art with a uh, with the trans colors, um, with a dragon, and I do think that I'm going to try a series of hand dyed yarn with different pride flags. I know that the Megan Lapp, the creator of the sea serpent and the meadow dragons that I've been making, has pattern options for rainbows and whatnot. So I think I'm going to have a few of those as showstoppers for June. And maybe if they do not sell in June, having them set out on a raffle. At least the big ones. Um, oh, and yeah, allergy. It is a Monday. Wow. I did not realize I did that much. Okay. I got lost. I got lost, and then I realized that, damn, I did work. But I have a metric fuck ton of white yarn, and I'm gonna use some of it. But like the once I get done the first sea serpent, my next one is going to be a white one. And I looked at what is entailed, and I have the materials. Instead of like it's painted, like it's painted um after it's been assembled and put together. So uh that'll be some work. But again, well worth it. So I had a job interview on Friday, and I want to talk about that a little bit. Um, I think it went well. Um, I would be a case manager for people post um, people going through like a probationary program to get their sentence reduced or to get their probation reduced, who are suffering with addiction issues. Um, it is another nonprofit. I just, for whatever reason, nonprofits keep finding me, and it's okay. I love it. And it's much like it's a weird, it sounds like a weird combination of what I did as a training coordinator and what I did as that outreach coordinator for Pathstone. Except I really hammered hard on this when questioning the interviewer, is like, I don't want a job where I have to go out and recruit people. I want to be able to help them, to be able to um, have my workload pretty much pre-assigned, which it is, be able to help them and then work that way instead of having to find my own recruits to then help, because that's what it was with Passstone, is we didn't have any applicants, so it was my job to find the applicants to help the applicants. And I'm good at helping. I'm not so great at finding. So and it was a good interview. It pays a little more than I'm currently getting paid, and the schedule is a lot more flexible. So those are some pros. Um, there are a lot more meetings, and as weird as it is, it's closer to my house. That could it's closer to my house than my current job. Like and that's a stunt. Because my current job is really close to my house. But they're doing. They had a couple of more interviews after me on Friday, and they're going to be doing second interviews and it's better insurance. And I do think I'd be a good fit. I I'm hopeful for it, but I still am applying to other places. Like I I did not put all my eggs in one basket. I have a full-time job. I'm not jonesing. I'm not unemployed, so I'm not like desperate to take the first job out there. What really stood out is I did look at the reviews for this particular nonprofit on Indeed and on a couple of other sites, and they were kind of abysmal. I'm not gonna lie. It put a lot of red flags up. Now, the redeeming quality is the interviewer brought it up. She went, I know you have probably seen our reviews on Indeed, and I would like to speak about them. And I went, yes, I did look at them, and they were kind of worrisome because I do need training. I am not familiar with the inner workings of the judiciary system. I mean, I can read and I can learn. That's not the problem, but there are finer details that I'm not familiar with. And she's like, yep. And then I learned that they somehow had two profiles. One of them had really bad reviews, and the other one had medium reviews. And the fact that she addressed that I could have only seen the bad ones was a big green flag, because they acknowledge that they failed in a place. They're like, yeah, our training kind of sucked. We're working on it. And I was like, that's good to hear, because that's really what put the nail in the coffin for Pat Stone. They didn't have good training, and every time I tried to suggest something, it was shot down because that's not how they did it in Puerto Rico. Now, I have nothing against Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico and Maine are two different cultures. Because a lot of the Latin Hispanic culture is very much community, family, and up here it is very much of the earth people. They're very salty. They're very independent. They're I think unfortunately a lot of Mainers pick yourself up by the bootstraps, even though it's an impossible thing to do, took it to heart, and they'd rather die than ask for help. And that doesn't mix with a lot of what Pat Stone was trying to teach me what I needed to say and do in an environment that I've grown up in. So it's just so much to, like, yeah. If you know, you know. Okay, so there's this. Mm-hmm. If I did get a daytime job again, that would mean the stream hours would switch again, probably going back to the 8 to 10 spot. And Sundays. I would have all weekends off. That would be cool. But I secretly just keep hoping for a nice work from home job. Nice behind the scenes job. Because the one that I interviewed for, I would have to go into court, which I have no problems with. It's open. It's open for a lot of learning and networking. Like, that particular circle is a lot of networking, because I'd interact with a lot of lawyers, a lot of judges, police officers, stuff like that. And also, on the flip side, I would also see the with the people that I would be helping, I'd be seeing that community too. So it's a nice dichotomy. Because I have friends all over the place, and I like it that way. Not necessarily friends per se, but resources. I'm almost done this color. I have I have that exact same anxiety, poet. Because it's change. I'm comfortable where I am. I know what is expected of me where I am. Even if it makes my body scream in pain or I just get stressed or frustrated due to situations. Change is scary. And you got to summon your inner alphaba, close your eyes, trust your instincts, and take a leap of faith. Um, and honestly, like the winning part for me is the insurance. Um, because I need better insurance than what currently is being offered to me. And I'm fortunate that my boss knows this, but at the same time, it's just rough. And sometimes that happens too. Um, I mean, I went into this job thinking that my boss was going to be able to, in 6 months to a year, elevate me to their tech support person, where I was making sure all their computers were working and that their fax machine and everything like that was working well. That was my full expectation. And then when I was told point blank that that wasn't going to happen, is really when I started looking for other jobs. Because I went into that facility hoping to be their tech intermediary because they needed it. And they still need it, but they're not going to listen. Um, so I need to be okay with giving that dream up because it would have been a great place to be a tech person. The problems are generally very simple, and the existing problems that need to be wheedled out are time consuming enough that it would be a big help for them and it would keep me busy. But that is not what they wanted. So and going into case management, I know what it is. They didn't lie to me. They didn't bring me in going, oh yeah, you're going to start off as a case manager, but we're going to put you up, we're going to make you a lawyer after 6 months. Now, that's unrealistic because I did not pass the bar. I haven't even looked at the bar. But um, I would be amiss if I did not say that one of the reasons I've been looking for the change is that I was lied to. And I'm not saying that my boss intentionally lied to me. I think she didn't know when she offered me that just how anti girl the board was, because they wouldn't even hire me for a maintenance position because I was a girl. And they can't say that. We all know that they can't say that. But um, I was told by several people to not bother applying because they wouldn't respond. So even though I fixed more things than the head of maintenance, but my boss told me that the head of maintenance is threatened by me because he's a pastry chef. But he's also head of maintenance and housekeeping. And I'm like, well, if he's head of facilities and he's a pastry chef and he doesn't know what he's doing, why would he be threatened by me? It'd be like me saying I'm threatened by him because he can make a souffle or puff pastry. Like, I can't do those things. I don't have those skills. I mean, I could try. I'm all for trying. But chances are he'd kick my butt. It's just... Okay. We are all done 517 on this page. We've gotten a color finish on the page. Woo woo! We are moving on to the color 3842. This is the color we're working on. It's quite a bit of a filler color. I've been avoiding 939 because it's all the background. Like 939 is all this background right here. Like it so I'm trying to show off the color. I'm going to start from the inside out. So it fills in this area and then little areas outside here. So I'm going to start up here and do down, and then up here and then down, and then I'm going to do the arches. Or I might do something completely different. I don't know. Okay. So I think the package, like earlier, so today I looked at my email, which I check 2 accounts on a regular basis. The other one I just kind of passively look through because it's Rock Creature Creations account, and I get a lot of pattern ideas or just updates like on Shopify and whatnot, and so I'm not like all over that. Like I see it, and if it's like someone's like, hey, we want to talk to you, I respond, but for the most part I just kind of about it. 5 3 4. Actually, I kind of want to see. I want to see where the polar bears package is, because let's see how well USPS is doing their job. We're gonna sign in. Woo! Doo-doo-doo. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. No, not what I wanted. Where's my history? Damn it. The USPS website has been acting like shit. So, which is always fun. And apparently they want multi-factor authentication now, which is... Oh, okay, I see what that... I see what it's doing there. Let's see. Wow. Okay, so it has it has been molested apparently. It is going over into Canadian airspace. And per usual, I have a 200 stitch goal for today. I think. Oh, we're at 3.99%. Poet. Now, I know your last job turned into hell on wheels, but at the same time, you got to hang out and meet some really really cute puppies and doggos. So, while it sucked, and we're not going to take away from the suckage, we're not. But we embrace the good parts. It's like I think that's how I mostly get through things is I know that I know that it's not always good. Don't get me wrong, I know, but at the same time, nothing is inherently 100% good or 100% bad. It is how we view and work with it that makes it how it is. Um, and and some people see it as being too Pollyanna, too optimistic about it. It's like, no, I see the bad things. Um, I work around and with the bad things to make it more manageable. I don't focus on them though. They're there. They get the acknowledgement that they need, but they don't run the show. Like like my last job was the downside was I was lied to. I was outright lied to because I was told it was not a sales job. But 6 months in, when I was told I did not meet my quota and that we needed to work harder so that I could meet the quota that I was assigned, I instantly felt trapped because I was told it wasn't a sales job. Quotas only really come with sales jobs. Um, because if we don't meet our quota, we might lose our funding, and it was a grant. So it really confused me, and that was the deciding factor in me moving on to my base level security job. Um, Safety job, not security job, but my CRMA job. Um, the good was I got to travel around the entire state of Maine. I got to visit with people who are doing super cool things. I got to have conversations. I got to pet goats and pet horses. I got to help people out while talking about a grant that could truly help them. Uh, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I got to I got to go to fair got to go to agricultural fairs. I got to talk to kids that are working with livestock and animals to continue on a family tradition, as hard as it might be. Like, I got to do a lot of great things in that job. But unfortunately, in that reality, the downside overweighed the awesomeness of it, because I can't handle the anxiety of not meeting goals that are damn near impossible for someone who's not good at selling. Which makes it really fun. And that's why, like, I feel super awkward when I'm like, hey, you can buy this for $200. That's not who I am. It's like, hey, I've made this. This is the price that I've put on it. I'm not gonna be like, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Like, I'm not a barker. And so many people are like, but you're so friendly and outgoing. And I'm like, I am absolutely friendly and I'm kind of outgoing, but I'm not pushy. If I'm being a pushy person, there is something that is definitely deeper running. Um, like, I've been pushy when I know someone needs to have something done or needs to do something for their sanity, um, or for their health. I will get pushy for that, but I will not get pushy. I will not get pushy if directly told no. It turns into, well, I respect your decision, but my okay. I wonder where I am today. I don't today. I legit today don't know if I'm on a med cart or if I'm on the desk. I've been getting fewer and fewer desk shifts because we don't have enough people. Where we're going. One above here. This line that I'm looking at. And it is actually, that's the spot I'm looking for. Nice. Nice. We're here. If you need support, we're here. Whether it's good or bad, we're here for you. Because everything has a good and a bad. There's even even when, like, say you're working for yourself. And while I'm envious of people who are able to sustain themselves by working for themselves, I recognize how much work it is. Um, it's like when I started doing content creation, I'm like, oh, this will be easy. I'll have a video up every other week. I'll be able to do this. I'll be able to do that. And then I started getting into it. And the answer is no. I have so many ideas and I have so many drafts. None of them are out in the wild yet. And I need to shit or get off the pot in that aspect. And it's not because I don't want to. It's just because it is a lot of work. The editing, the music picking, the tagging, the marketing. There's just so much that is like, eh. Yay, Dragon and Jewels! Okay, so ooh, yeah, and to be fair, thunderstorm might release the pressure in your head. Um, yeah, but like with content creation, I one of my neighbors, um, I used to be a coworker when I worked was a training coordinator. Um, he was like, "Yeah, I could just play video games, and people get like $50,000." And I had just been starting out at that point in time, and mind you, I don't do the video games. I'm not like the sports, the marbles, stream where like all they do is like stream and play the marbles sports thing, um, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. I have so much fun participating in that, but like he firmly believed that in his brain, all he had to do was hook up and play video games, and he could become rich. And I'm like, no, it's way more than that. You got to market, you got to do things, you got to interact, you got to engage. Oh no, I don't. I just have to play video games. And I was like, my god, good god. And I'll still overhear him talking about video games when I'm coming home from work. I mean, I think a Cajun, like he does video games, and he still has to market and do stuff. Pixie has finally decided to say good morning. She said good morning before, but it's her first time while I've been streaming that she's come over to gain attention. Pig, I don't have any food. You're a good girl. You be let out at noontime like usual. I know, I know. She's so abused. I know. It's awful to be the pig. She knocked over my color. And let's be real, that's the reason why I need floor spaces so the dogs can have more room in my craft room. That's the real reason that I spent Saturday picking up underneath the table in the floor area so that they could have navigating space. I think for stream stuff, I think this week is normal. I'm gonna reach out to Dast, see if we're gonna do our Friday. I'm gonna actually do that today instead of not at all, because I was a naughty Sarah, and I took a nap on Friday. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where's my scissors? Oh, and we've hit 4%. What you're looking at? We've hit 4%. I don't always look over at the side to see where I'm at, but I am pleased. We are at 4%. Rock around. And remember, I'm drawing for presents today. And because I wasn't on Friday, I will, if you guys want to enter, if you want to put in points for presents, um, I will allow for presents up until I do the drawing at 11:30, quarter of. I did get everything done, and I will show them off before I do the drawing. I'll take a break at like 11:15 to give people a chance to see, for presents, and then I'll cut it off when I do the drawing at 11:45. And as a reminder, it's Umbreon and Vaporeon. Um, they are 100% kid friendly. There are no wires. These are plushies in the most plushiest of the plush. And I really can't say that per se, because they are they are not like design. They just happen to be plushies. Okay, there we go. And it only takes one entry to win. There, look, there. I can kind of be a salesperson. One entry. That's all it takes. Oops. Okay. Let's. Oh my goodness. So right now, Jules has 15, Sume has 6, Dragon has 3, Poet has 4, and Hutchie has 2. So there's actually, I'm kind of pleased with this variety. Like I always feel bad when like only one or two people enter. And and mind you, I already have April's all done. I'll be showing it off. I'll be taking pictures. I think April is going to be the first month that I actually have the pictures taken and up on the webpage that I have, and the bot bark that I have in draft. And it gives me time to work on May's pink fairy dragon. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be I haven't quite decided which bits and pieces, but I have learned quite a bit from all the dragons that I've been making. So I'm going to be making. It's going to be a surprise, but it is going to be a plushie. It's not going to be a sculpture. Um, No, I don't know as if I want to say that because the butterfly wings look so much better with wire in them. So it's gonna I'm gonna see where I'm at when I get there. But May is going to be a pink fairy plushy dragon. And June is going to be a helix. June is just going to be my pride helix that I have up in my store. The rainbow DNA helix with the heart. That's June's gift. It's going to be on a piece of custom Ada cloth. Haven't quite decided on the coloring for that. I might make a special one. I might wait until it is one and then ask. But June is going to be. I might have two in June, to be fair. I have ideas, but June is definitely like I at least have a few of the prizes coming down the pipeline. Mhm. Slowly filling in the line. almost to the bottom of this column. And then I'll hit my check mark. And then, time for more choices! I don't know. I had a really good weekend. It wasn't a very eventful weekend, but it was nice. We didn't get the snow that we were told we were going to get. We did get the shitty sleet though, but luckily enough that melts and goes away relatively quickly. Mhm. Mhm. Oop. I think after stream today, I'm gonna load up the dishwasher. Maybe pick away at upstairs a little bit. I've been trying to empty the space that I want to start like really like heavy duty cleaning out, fixing, because it's my soffits. I want to get like at least because it's in the room above. It's in the room right above, and it needs to be repaired. And I want to just maybe if it's just moving like one or two things, like a trash bag, moving it, filling it up, and moving it downstairs, which is doable. It's just a matter of actually doing it. I'm trying to set small, doable tasks for myself because I get so overwhelmed with so much that I have to do, and it's not helping anybody. And then after doing that, putting dishes in the dishwasher and potentially starting the dishwasher. Oops. One too many. Because what I really want to do is I want to go outside and do stuff, but it's crappy weather. Like it would do me no good. It is wet, it is gray, it is cold, and I would lock up and nothing would get accomplished. So I hate having to balance that into my thought process, but I do. If it weren't rainy, I could probably manage doing stuff, but unfortunately it's rainy. Okay. We're still not over 200 stitches, even though I just did from there. Yeah. We're close though. We're at 180. So. Okay, so I'm gonna go from this area down. Mm-hmm. 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 I think I think for streaming, I by far like this album the best. That Spaz did the the sell out. Oh, okay. The sellout album. Um, just with the digital with the background. It's my favorite. Don't get me wrong. I like the songs and whatnot, but like for like just bopping along, this is my favorite. So, fast question. I can very easily check it out myself, but is the Squirrel Station Lo-Fi on YouTube back up? Because I know it got taken down for a bit, and then I just went and I bought all the music that I could from uh from Mr. Bacon. Um, but I mean, if the Lo-Fi channel is back up, I'll gladly pop that back on because that was good. That was good cross stitch music too. And if no one knows, I'll just check it out after. It's not life or death by any stretch of the imagination. Just conscious thought flow stuff. And Pixie has opinions on it. Okay. I did listen to that a lot. Um, and I especially appreciated it because it didn't get me muted anywhere because it was I it was allowed. But alas. One of the things I did today, which I've been meaning to do for a while, is fix an error message that kept popping up when I turned on OBS. It was like failed to authenticate with uh with Restream, and that just means you need to log out and log back in again. So I did that today, and that I think that's what tripped up my microphone. Why it was off when I first started, even though it was working 5 seconds before. just a nice filler color that I'm working on. But it does break up down at the bottom, so I gotta make sure I'm marking every line. I also have to hit my check mark because I know we're over 200 stitches now. Oh, it's 11:20. I meant to pause at 11:15 to show you guys what presents are to give you time. Let me finish up this row and I'll take a pause because I post pictures and I feel really awkward about it. Again, I've said this before, even though it is my server, I post pictures and it's like, I'm not trying to push anybody to be like, hey, buy my shit. Now, mind you, if you want to buy my shit or if you want to watch my stream and earn points to get free shit, that's what you got to do. But I'm never pressuring it. Okay, so presents going out. The drawing is today for them. Here is Umbreon. I actually put Umbreon's eyes on properly so they're not popping off. I might have to fix a little bit better. But Umbreon. Now, I was worried about Vaporeon. Not gonna lie. I look half bad. He's got a little head tilt going on. He has a little bit of an arched eyebrow because there's a first time for everything. But this is Vaporeon. I actually am in love with Vaporeon. So whoever gets the two of these, I hope that they you have more than enough points, ma'am. But these it's all squishy. There's no wires in Vaporeon or Umbreon, so they're all good. They kid friendly. But these are the February March presents going out. And yes, they do different pattern makers, so they're different sizes. Umbreon could probably be a desk buddy, but Vaporeon is definitely like a chair buddy, hold something up kind of dude. But Vaporeon, or Umbreon is definitely small enough to be a desk friend. And after I do the drawing, I will share what May's or April. Why do I keep thinking we're going into April? Uh-oh. Well, you can hoard your points if you want. I know sometimes I have really cool things. But you can hoard your points if you want. And if I send it to Canada, I will be putting the values at $1 because that means you don't have to pay money for it. I miss the days where I could hang out and like that's another thing. If I got a day job, I'd be able to actually hang out in streams again. And in all honesty, yeah, I'd probably go right back to the 8 to 10 spot. Because I like the 2 hours. I'd probably do Monday, Thursday, Friday. And then I'd do a big one on Saturday or Sunday. Probably Saturday. But woo! just did that one. Mhm. So I'm gonna finish the solid block of color. Like I'm gonna finish this arch, however long, uh, no later than quarter of. Then I'll get to the rigmarole ragaroo. Quarter of, I'm gonna start showing off stuff that if you like looking at stuff, you might want to be where you can see it. Mhm. 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 So today we got not only 4%, we got a color finish on the page. I know we're not going to finish the color on the page today. Probably tomorrow. Um, yeah, 4% got over our stew because they're plushies that husband creature won for me, and they were they were so I have them, and the unicorn doesn't have a little hook to hang from. The Sheppy did, but I'm gonna attach them up because they are big, and they don't like to stay on the chairs that I put them in. my brain is frozen. Please hold. Okay, there we go. Hey, guess what? Chicken butt? Or in the great words of... Ooh! And to quote Scar from The Lion King, I despise guessing games. Mhm. So, Ally Express said that my package should be here today. It's my dragon claws for my fluffies. Sea Serpent's not getting any claws because no. You'll understand in a second why the answer is no. Um, but I will be making. I think the one that I have going on in my brain is going to get studs or claws, however you want to look at it. And I am keeping an eye on the time. Is it the birthday hatchling? I think I think it might be the barometric pressure. Thunderstorms have a lot of like passive effects that science hasn't quite studied yet. The barometric pressure. Oh, so so I have this coolest thing. It's a CO2 cartridge powered toilet. You gotta have good pipes, but What it is you stick it in the you stick the plunger in the hole of the toilet, and it shoots the CO2. It's just like wham, and it really works on undoing plugs. Wow. I would have. That's a whole nother house project. Is expanding my already very small bathroom. Okay. Time to fight with string again. Do da, do da. There we go. I somehow created a knot, which was making it very hard to pull a single strand of anything. I don't even have to do a loop start on this one. I had a knot where my loop would have been, so I just pulled it up to the knot. Generally not recommended to do that, but it was a very small. It was just big enough to stop it going through the. Because I'm good enough that I don't need to. I don't need to like have too much of a tail at the end of my thread to weave in the tension of a new piece of string. It's just handy. Okay, what are we looking at for time? 41. Okay, I got enough time to. I got enough time to do a couple of rows because I'm almost to the bottom. At least in this small section that I'm working. Like, yeah, there's like 15 stitches, so we'll get this little arc done, and then we will get on the show. Oh my goodness. quite a bit done today. Filled in quite a bit. And I promise I'll eventually stop dodging 939. I don't want to right now. Two more. Oops, that was a twitch. Okay. 45. I only have one stitch left, so I'm gonna tell the clock to fuck it, because I have one stitch. There. There. We finished this section. Okay, there. I'm gonna give you stats on the cross stitch, so we can be good. So we started off at 3.95%. We ended at 4.005%. We got 285 stitches done, which is fantastic. Now it's on to the fun part, which I totally haven't prepared for. Let's all be surprised. Okay. I gotta Dooby-doo. I am I wish I had more vision on my more vision on my hand. Okay, now I gotta do some math in here. So, and because I'm not all fancy and stuff like that, so Sume gets 1, and I know they're not watching, so 1 through 6 is Sume. Jules is 7 through. Let's see. I got a math. I apologize. Okay. Jules is 7 through 22. Dragon is 23, 24, 25 through 25. Poet is 26 through 30. Let's see, let's make sure. It's 27, 28, 29. Okay, to 29. 29. Hutchie is 30 and 31. Okay. Now, it's time for the random number generator. Oh my goodness. Random number generator. Okay, my minimum is 1. My maximum is 31, which is super weird. But, here we go. Here we go. Random number generator is 19. Jules. Jules won. Jules gets some Pokemon. Now I gotta find boxes for him. I hope to get them out this weekend. because they're all done. Okay, so Jules is the winner of February and March. Now, I'm going to display April's. So April showers bring May flowers. So let me. Oh my goodness. This hat, it's the head is foam. But this is April's present. It is a hat. I'll even put it on. It is a hat, I promise. Nice little flower hat. It's very cute. It has ties. Ooh. It does not stay on the foam head very well. But flower hat. This is what April's present is going to be, because April showers bring May flowers. I'll hold it up for a little longer for people to see. I will be posting pictures and making a cute little website for it so that it can be barked and people can see it. Okay, so there's that. Now, the last thing, we're gonna go over into the retail world. Yeah. Just because I like showing them off. That's fine. They're kid friendly, and they're pretty well put together. I wouldn't say they're indestructible, but they're pretty well put together. Okay, so I'm showing my sea serpent progress. Now, I show pictures all the time. I show them off in the Discord. I show them off places, but I'm not really great at scale. Much like with my cross stitch. You guys can see my cross stitch, but it's you don't have a general idea, like unless I have a ruler or something that you know how big it is. So this is the sea serpent. I only have its body and its head done so far. This product will end up being about $200 at base level. The couple of others I have squirreling around in my brain will be beadworked, and they will be a little bit more expensive due to the beadwork. But this guy's base level is $200. And for once, I didn't have a problem pricing it, just because of the size and the amount of work. Because this curve right here, that's a lot of fucking work. And he is mildly articulated. He'll hold his pose when you pose him. But that's that. Now let's see if I can set it down. This is my favorite because you guys see my hands all the time. I'll even put it on. This guy's hand is almost as big as mine. Like the palm is smaller, but the fingers are almost as big as my hand. And they're not intended to be articulated, but they could be. But this is a hand. So this project's not dainty. He's gonna be put for sale once he's done at both the fairs and on my website for $200. It's gonna be the colors you see here, with black as its fin color, and then a blue and white tie-dye as its accent color, which will show up in the webbing of the front hands, and like a mohawk fin down the center. So it's just enough of a kiss of bright color, but it's mostly a darker creature. That's pretty much what I've been working on. I want everybody to know, thank you for the gift of your time. You guys are all fantastic. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Drink your water. Take your meds. Pixie knows the lines. Be kind to yourself without hurting others, and be kind to others without hurting yourself. I'm trying to switch up the words here. And be confident in your decisions. Like I was just talking about, I'm not comfortable in pricing things out. My baby meadow dragon at $100, I'm still kind of weird about, but I keep repeating in my head, crochet is not a necessity. I'm not taking anything that someone needs and marking it up. I'm creating luxury products. I'm creating wants. So that is how I am okay with asking $100 for the baby meadow, and how I'm the curve. The $200 is what he's going for base level. When I start getting beading and whatnot for the next one that I have in my brain, and painting, because I do have acrylic paint and I plan on making some pretties, but those will add to the price because it's a luxury item. I do not make things that you need. If you want it, awesome. Awesome. If you can afford it, awesome. But it's not needed. uh, the next one's hand might be articulated. I like getting through one without doing too many modifications. But I love every last one of you. I am cutting out a little bit early, but I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. The dogs are just going bananas. And I'll be lurking if you need me. Thank you much. I love you all.